to our Dive In series. I have Gracelyn with us again. Say hello. Now, we are excited to share with you another amazing lesson from the life of, who did we talk about last week? Peter, of course, right? So I want you guys to think about, what did you learn last week? We learned about Peter's life and that we need to follow Jesus. And it was the most important decision that he ever made and we ever will make as well. But before we dive into today's lesson, I think we should play a little bit of games, all right? I know you guys at home love games, and we love games, especially in Kids Church. So our first thing, I think we should find out who our challenge winners were last week. You guys were some fast typers, and you guys typed in Peter, and you typed in our main point, follow Jesus. Do you guys remember that? So today, we're gonna pick the two winners. Every time you typed in, we put your guys' name in there, okay? So let's go ahead and see who the winners were from last week. The first one is Caleb! Yay, Caleb Sluter! I think this is your first prize you've won, so congratulations, Caleb! And here goes our next winner. Caleb again. Oh, okay, well, we'll pick another one then. We'll pick another one. Go ahead. Caleb. David Ward. Congratulations, David. We're so excited. So happy for our winners. Now, if you didn't win, that's okay. We're going to play some more games today, all right? So I thought we would try something since we're talking about water and all these water themes. Well, I thought we'd play a little game of Will It Float? So I want you guys to guess at home. I have a bunch of items, right? You've seen this big bucket of water right here? I have a bunch of items, and we're gonna show them to you, and I want you guys to guess, will it float or not, okay? So here's the first item, okay? I got a little bowling pin here. You guys see that? What do you think's gonna happen when I put it in there? Type it in the comments. Will it sink or will it float? Here we go. 3, 2, and it floated. So if you guessed float, you guessed it correct. All right, I got another one here. I got this thing of paint. See that? What do you guys think? Type it in the comments. Float or sink? Count down with me, Grace. 3, 2, and whoop. It sank all the way to the bottom. So the paint was a sinker. If you guessed sink, you got it right. All right, I got another one. Look at this cool piece of wood. What do you think, Grace? You think it's good? You guys tell us. What do you think? Sink or float? What do you think, Grace? Float? Wood? Is the wood heavy? Let's see. Grace was right. The piece of wood actually floated. What did you guys guess? Did you guys guess sink or float? All right, good job. All right, here comes another thing. Now this is Play-Doh. All right, it came right out the container, nice and smooth. I know you guys' Play-Doh at home is probably all full of colors and mixed up, right? But this is a brand new one. What do you guys think? Sink or float? What do you think, Grace?
I think it's gonna sink.
Think it's gonna sink? 3, 2, and it sank all the way to the bottom. So if you guessed sank, man, you guessed the right thing. Oh man, this is getting messy. All right, here's the next thing. I've got this cool little eraser. What do you think is gonna happen, guys? Tell me, sink or float? 3, 2, and 1. It floated just like a little boat. All right, couple more. Look at this domino. Guys see that? What do you guys think? Sink or float? What do you think, Grace?
Maybe sink.
Sink? All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. It did, it sank right down to the bottom. All right, guys, just 2 more. I got a key here. What do you guys think? It's got a little keychain. I don't know, that can make it, I don't know. What do you guys think? Sink or float? Grace?
Sink.
Sink? 3, 2, and what did it do? It sank straight to the bottom. So if you guessed sink, you got it right. All right, last one. We got this big plastic thing of hand soap, right? I know you guys are using a lot of this at home right now. What do you guys think this big thing's gonna do? Sink or float?
Float.
Float, definitely. 3, 2, and I think this will be a big splash. I'm a little scared. Sink or float? It floats. Who knew? Well, good job, guys. So if you guessed those with us, I hope you guys got the right answers. Now, we're going to move on to a little activity because every week we have some of the same kids watching, but sometimes we have some new friends, and I'd like to find out a little bit about who's watching. So I want you guys to type in your name, who's watching today, and then we're going to play a little fishbowl game, all right? Now I'm going to ask you some questions because I want to know more about you. So Graceland is going to pick a little fish here. There's lots of colors, and I'm going to find out some things about you that are watching, okay? So get ready to answer these. Oh, she got a blackfish. So the blackfish says, what sea creature would you want to see if you were scuba diving? Ooh, wow, down in the ocean. What sea creature would you want to see, Grace? You guys let us know. A what?
A dolphin.
A dolphin. All right, good job, good job. All right, pick another fish, Grace. Ooh, that's a pretty fish. It's a pink fish. What would you do if you found a huge treasure or a sunken ship? What would you do if you found that?
I would explore it.
You would explore it? Okay. Well, how about this? Would you rather find a sunken ship or a treasure? Which would you rather find?
Treasure.
A treasure? Yes, treasures are very cool. Okay, you never know what's in them. Blue fish. What would you choose to do at the beach? Would you rather build a sandcastle or collect seashells? What would you guys rather do?
Build a sandcastle.
Sandcastles? Okay, I do like sandcastles. Last one is our orange fish. And our orange fish question to you guys is, would you rather eat popcorn shrimp or crab cakes? I know what Graceland's answer would be. Which one? Neither? Crab cakes, okay, if you had to. All right. Good job, guys. Well, I love seeing your answers and get a chance to know a little bit more about who's been watching. Now, I think you guys are ready for today's main point. And last week, remember, we talked about follow Jesus. And today we're going to talk about trusting Jesus. Let's do that together. You guys ready? Trusting Jesus. Now, I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds to write trust in the comments for today's challenge as many times as you can. You guys ready? Set, and go! Great job, you guys. Great typers. Now remember, we always want to trust Jesus. Now you might ask, how can I trust somebody that I've never even seen? Well, that's where faith comes in, right? And we have to remember that we can always trust God no matter what. You want to know why? Because the Bible tells us that God is with us wherever we go. So I want you guys to always remember that. Now I have a little experiment that I want to share with you. Hey guys, welcome to experiment time! What do you think of all these bubbles? They're so much fun, I love that! So, I have a fun experiment that I want to share with you. I love these bubbles. You guys see this glass of water here, right? Now, I have this cool, well, I guess it's not that cool, it's just a piece of index card, right? And I have this, see, this is the stuff probably you even have at home. Now, if I put this index card over here and I flip this upside down, what do you think is going to happen?
It's gonna spill.
You think it's going to spill, right? You're going to spill water all over this set and get all icky. What do you guys think at home? You think if I flip this water over, it's going to spill? Okay, well, let me show you. Let's give it a try, right? Let's do an experiment. So as I flip this over, here we go. You guys count down with me. You ready? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, it's flipped over. I'm holding it. What do you think is going to happen when I move my hand, guys? Look at that. It didn't spill. It's holding. Do you guys see that? Look at that. Now, do you have any idea why it is not spilling? It's because the air inside is actually holding it in place. And you know what that makes me think of? It makes me kind of think of God, how it is with us. You may not be able to see him, but you know that he's there. Just like that air in the glass. You couldn't see it, you couldn't smell it, but you knew it was there working to hold the water in place. And it's the same thing with God in our everyday life. You may not see him, but friends, you can know he's always with you, and you could always trust him in all things. Now, that brings me to today's Bible story. Again, it's about a man named Peter, of course. And Peter learned a lesson on this day about the importance of trusting God. So why don't you guys go ahead and take a look, and we'll talk more about that.
Stories of the Bible. Peter walks on water. This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus,
Whoa!
and he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya! Hey, Jesus!
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa! This is awesome!
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sink.
Jesus, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshiped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
Wow, guys, I love that Bible story. You know, it was Peter's faith to even get out of the boat in the first place that allowed him to experience such an unusual miracle. I mean, he actually walked on water. But let's talk about that story a little bit, right? What happened when Peter took his eyes off Jesus? Of course, right? He began to sink. And I want you guys to think about for a second, what did Jesus say to him? He said, "Why did you doubt me?" You know what Jesus was saying? He was basically saying, "Why didn't you trust me? Why didn't you trust me to take care of you?" You know why? Because Peter started to look at the waves and the wind, and he started to get a little scared, and he took his eyes off Jesus. So what can we learn from that? We can learn to always keep our eyes on Jesus, and remember today's main point, that we can always trust him and follow him, and he'll take good care of us. Now we're going to do a little activity that will help us demonstrate of what it looks like when we follow Jesus. All right, guys, welcome to our activity time, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Grace this little blindfold here, Grace, and I want you to put that on, okay, and take a step back a little bit, right there, okay? And I'm going to lay out these little jellyfish all over, okay? And what's going to happen is I'm going to ask Grace to come to me, and you know what jellyfish actually do? They sting, okay? So when she steps on the jellyfish, I want you guys to say sting, all right? Grace, go ahead and come straight to me. Sting, 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 sting. Okay, all right, she made it. All right, Grace, let's go ahead and walk back. You can take off your blindfold. All right, so you see what happens, right? Grace got stung a lot of times. Now let's try something else with maybe my help, all right? So Grace, put your blindfold on. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow me, okay? All right, we're gonna go this way. Take a step forward. Go forward, come back, all right? And there you go. Take off your blindfold. She didn't even get stung one time. So what can we learn from that? Well, it's kind of like God when he's in our life and we're following him and we're allowing him to guide us. We can trust Jesus and everything will be okay. In fact, when we follow Jesus, he knows just the right thing to do to keep us safe. So guys, we're going to go ahead and end this time together with our memory verse, okay? How many of you guys remember your memory verse? We just started it last week, and I want to tell you, I'm super proud of you kids. The last series, you guys blew it out of the park. And I actually been getting some for this series already too. Makes me super, super proud. So let's go ahead and do this memory verse together. You guys ready? Here it goes. Come and follow me, Jesus said. I will send you out to fish for people. Mark 1:17. All right, one more time, guys. Come and follow me, Jesus said. I will send you out to fish for people. Mark 1:17. Great job, you guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. And I just pray God's blessing over you, that he would protect you all the days of your life, and that your trust in Jesus would always be strong. We love you guys. Enjoy this worship video, and we'll see you soon.